Hello and welcome to my third video about my Arrow collection. This is individual releases, but first I would like to give a shout out to recent viewers who have subscribed, liked, viewed my videos, and these guys are all worth watching. Tony at Horror and Todge, Horror Hands, Lauren's Collection, and Horror Fan Man. Thanks guys for all the feedback, and I hope you like this video. Now, although I said the top shelf was all directors, there are a couple individual releases that I shall get down in a minute, and the bottom shelf, although it's spaghetti western and Japanese, there is also quite a few individuals down there as well. But here goes. And first up from 1957 is The Incredible Shrinking Man, a brilliant piece of 50s sci-fi, excellent release from Arrow as expected, brilliant artwork and a lovely booklet with that one. And from 1960, The City of the Dead, featuring Christopher Lee. Another very good film, black and white, it looks absolutely gorgeous, nice addition there, dual format, unfortunately no booklet. Then down to the middle shelf, Jacques Tournier's The Comedy of Terrors, very good film, yes, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Another dual format with a brilliant booklet, well worth seeing. Next up, Jack Hill's Spider Baby, a very good film, horror comedy really, excellent release from Arrow. Again, dual format, great booklet. Well worth checking out that one, very good. Look at that artwork. That's the amazing Graham Humphreys, I think, yep. Tell his stuff a mile off. Mark of the Devil, Euro horror, from 68 I think, or 69. Quite strong stuff, very good release. Again, dual format, booklet. Love it. Ooh. Yep. And one of the more recent releases is an excellent Andromeda Strain by Robert Wise. Nice host of extras. Just a Blu-ray. Decent booklet. Very good release. Really enjoyed seeing that again. Next up, The Case of the Scorpion's Tail. Fantastic artwork that is. I've not seen this yet. Another giallo from 1971, so hopefully that's going to be good. Death Walks at Midnight. Yeah, fairly good giallo. Fairly good release. This came as a box set with Death Walks on High Heels, which I haven't got. Next up, What Have You Done to Solange? This is a very good film. I've only just recently watched this. Nice special edition, lots of features, dual format and a good booklet. Another one that I haven't seen yet, Milano Calabro 9. This looks like an excellent police thriller. Another fairly recent release, Horror Express, which I prefer the alternative title, which is Panic on the Trans-Siberian. Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Telly Savalas. Very good Euro horror. Brilliant. Next, Awesome Day of the Jackal, a brilliant thriller. If you've not seen that, check it out. That is really good. And next up, Jack Hill's Coffee, featuring the lovely Pam Grier. This really good piece of blaxploitation, thoroughly enjoyed that. Very, very good. Which was followed the next year by Foxy Brown, which is the more popular film, but I think Coffee is the better film. Rollerball. Really glad I revisited that. When I first saw it on TV I wasn't that impressed. I think probably the violence had been cut out for the ITV. Again, a good package. Nice booklet. Good film. Island of Death. I had to get this because what I'd read about it, I thought, is it going to be that offensive? It can be. It's not a brilliant film, but definitely one worth checking out. Burnt Offerings. I'd not heard of this before I bought it. This is a great film with Oliver Reed and Karen Black, I think. Really, really well worth watching that one. Great. This is my only other window box, Dawn of the Dead, and I think this was the very first Arrow I got. It's got director's cut and a theatrical cut. Unfortunately, the director's cut is on DVD, not Blu-ray. But a good package. My only regret was not getting Day of the Dead at the same time. Wild Geese, a good old mercenary thriller. This I'd not seen for years and years and years. Bought this cheap, and it was better than I remembered. Quite a tough film, actually. Really good. Remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I really adored the first one, so when I first saw this remake I thought, oh, it's not as good, but having grown up a bit and rewatched it a few times, it's its own film. Really good. Caligula. Tinto Brass's Roman orgy epic, which has to be seen to be believed. Bob Guccione filmed some extra bits and shoved them in, but if you get past that, it could have been a really good historical film. One from the Video Nasty days, The Burning. Although I was aware of this at the time, I'd never actually seen it. So when this came out, I bought this as quickly as I could, and I have to say I was slightly disappointed. I was expecting a bit more gore. Maybe that's just 30 years of myth building up, but a good film. But yeah, I was expecting a lot more. Contamination. Crazy Italian sci-fi horror. Worth watching, not brilliant, but well worth watching. Nightmare City. Yeah, it's a good for. Again, not as good as I was expecting, but well worth a watch, and I'll probably give it a second go shortly. Shock Treatment. Now, I'm a big fan of Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I hadn't seen this. I was obviously fully aware of it, but I'd never seen it. So when this edition came out, the cheaper one, I thought I'd get that. It says on there, it's not a sequel, it's not a prequel, it's an equal. Well, it's not equal to Rocky Horror. It's good, but it just doesn't come close to Rocky Horror. And another one that was a blind buy that I'd never heard of. This one apparently got caught up in the Video Nasty furore for some reason. It's a very good film, a lot more intelligent than most of the slashers, and well worth a watch. I'm going to watch that one again soon. That was brilliant. And then the awesome The Thing. Love this movie. Saw it in the cinema when it came out. Can't believe that it didn't do the box office it should have done. Fantastic John Carpenter film. Fantastic Arrow video release. I had this before on Blu-ray, but sold out as soon as I knew this was coming out. Put my order in. Fantastic set. Blu-ray. Lovely booklet. Double-sided poster. What can you say? The Thing. Brilliant film. With amazing effects by Bob Bottin. Next up, a bit of early 80s exploitation. The Exterminator. See the tagline they're giving it there is the man they pushed too far. When it originally came out, the poster art was, if you're lying, I'll be back. And this was way before Terminator. A very good film. I like it a lot. I've seen it dozens of times. This is fully uncut. When it first came out on VHS, it was cut to buggery. Richard Franklin's Psycho 2, a very good sequel. And of course a very good release from Arrow. Blu-ray. A lovely booklet. And a film I thoroughly enjoyed. Next up, another blind buy. Blood Rage. I've not heard about this film. Gabby Hernandez on her channel, check it out, she's very good, raved about this, so when it was in the sale I bought it. It's not cranberry sauce, no, but it's a good slasher, well worth watching. Ken Russell's Crimes of Passion. Not as good as I remember. Worth a watch. Typical Ken Russell, I suppose. A very good release from Arrow again. Dual format, nice booklet, and lovely artwork. Night of the Comet, very good film. Again, a blind buy. Thoroughly enjoyed this. Sort of 80s end of the world epic. Well worth a watch, I enjoyed that. The Batshit Crazy Life Force. I caught half of this film on Channel 4 one night coming in from the pub, and I caught the bit where the girl comes walking down the corridor with nothing on, so that kept me interested. Of course, when I saw this Arrow release, I thought I had to get that. Horror, sci-fi, brilliant. It's the kind of film you either love or hate, but I think it's fantastic. Really love it. There is a new version out, which I must see that, 4K or something. Another blind buy, I remember this when it came out. It was, although it says here Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins, I always knew it as Remo Williams' Unarmed and Dangerous. Directed by Bond director Guy Hamilton. I was a bit dubious about this one because he's not my favourite Bond director. And I was pleasantly surprised, really enjoyed it. A lot better than I thought it was going to be. Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Well, this was a staple of mine in the 80s on VHS. Really grubby looking film. I always used to have to follow it by an episode of Blackadder or something, just to cleanse myself. It didn't seem to have the same power on Blu-ray, maybe because I'm that bit older, I don't know, but still a damn good film. Brilliant bit of British horror. Maniac Cop, another blind buy. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this. 80 slasher, look at that artwork, fantastic. And last one on this shelf is a recent release, Elvira, Mistress of Darkness. Lovely slip cover, it's almost velvet, soft touch, brilliant, really good package there. Nice booklet as well, and good fun, good fun. It has its knockers, but I like it. Next up, Mike Figgis's first film, Stormy Monday, and this is a good film, but it is actually not destroyed, but there is some really awful jazz music throughout, which does spoil it for me. But other than that, it's a good film. Love the artwork. Another blind buy, Miracle Mile. Wasn't sure what to make of this film. It's excellent, well worth a viewing. End of the world, you know, what do you do in your last few hours? Very, very good film. Really enjoyed that. Check it out. Hired to Kill with George Kennedy, Brian Thompson and Oliver Reed. Good fun film. I'm not sure why it's an 18 certificate. There doesn't seem to be that much blood and guts and very little bad language. Maybe it's an 18 to stop minors from watching Oliver Reed's moustache in action. Yeah. Okay. And then the last of the singles before we go on to Spaghetti Westerns and the Japanese, which will be a separate video, is Joe Dante's Matinee, which I caught on TV a while ago, and it was already like a third of the way through, so I've not seen it from the beginning, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Great film, loved it. Half man, half ant, all terror. Mant. Very, very good. Another cracking release. Dual format. Unfortunately no booklet with this one. I don't know if it ever came with a booklet, but yeah, looking forward to revisiting that one again. And that's the end of the individuals. Next up will be, as I've said, Spaghetti Westerns, and then after that, Japanese. Thank you for watching, and hit that likes button please, and subscribe, and don't forget to check out those people I mentioned earlier in the video. Thank you very much.